Okay, so now remember I promised I was going to do, a lot of people asked about the safest communities to live in Guyana. Now, there are many gated communities in Guyana, but there are still issues that we hear of from time to time. While there are some communities that are not gated, but there's absolutely 0 to maybe 1 to 3 instances of anybody, you know, as they say in Guyana, violating. So these are my top 7. I'm gonna do my top 7 safest communities to live in. Of course, there might be very expensive communities because they take security as #1 priority. So here goes my list. Remember, this is based on just being here in Guyana. And I know a lot of you will, oh well, my neighborhood is safe or my neighborhood is safe. That might be so, that is definitely so. But in terms of the level of guns that are in a particular neighborhood and the fact that there's always going to be somebody there that can actually look out for you even if, you know, all your family is not there. These are my top 7 on the list. So let's get right into it. We're gonna go from the, well, I don't want to say least secure, but the priority is there, however, it's not #1. So let's go from number 7. Number 7, we will look at Republic Park and Continental Park. I'm putting them together because they're literally across the street from one another. Continental is on the right, Republic Park is on the left. Well, there have been some instances, you know, not very often. It's pretty rare that you will actually have any burglary, break and enter, any of that stuff. And the community is very quiet, primarily upscale. Lots of, you know, there's a mix of expats along with probably most of Guyana business people that live in both communities. Of course, they're spread out across Guyana, but you'll find a larger concentration of those folks in Republic Garden Continental Park. So they have now reached my list of my, you know, safest neighborhoods to live in, and that is number 7 on the list. Number 6, I will go to the Souvenir on the east coast of Demerara. Another beautiful community to live in. There are a lot of people that are not gonna live on the east bank. They love the east coast. So number 6 for me is the Souvenir. Beautiful gated community. It was, you know, under the last 10 years or so, it has come up pretty nicely. And whenever you're in Guyana, you should check it out. There aren't much land for sale out there. There may be a house or 2 that is available for rent. And if there's a probability or possibility of being able to purchase one, think from now that you're going to be spending somewhere in the vicinity of about 500,000 US or better. Yes, I'm just a messenger, okay? So just think about that. So if you're taking the Souvenir, think about the fact that you're going to spend a decent dollar living over there. But it's also on my list, on my number 6 list of safest communities to live in. Next is number 5 on our list. Number 5, we will put Oleander Park in that category. Oleander Park, you know, beautiful, quiet. Over the last 5 or 6 years, there have been tons of some awesome apartment buildings and condominiums that have popped up there. Many of our expat communities, people that work with CARICOM and literally everybody else, you know, they choose the East Coast, so they choose Oleander Park, somewhere closer to, you know, get to their job sites, whether they're working with the oil industry now or they're just working with CARICOM or any other, you know, international body. Oleander Park or Oleander Gardens on the East Coast is a great neighborhood, pretty safe, that you can choose. Then we have number 4. All right, Number 4 that makes the list, we will put there Karita Park. That's also on the East Coast. Beautiful, opulent. Most of the homes are old, architecturally wonderful homes. You may find from chateaus to just sprawling mansions. And the area is very quiet too, along with being quite safe. I've never, in all the years that I've been here in Guyana, have actually heard of any issues, you know, that can raise an eyebrow in Oleander. Sorry, that's Karita Park, right? So that made my list as number 4. Number 3 on the list, number 3, Gagar Park. Gagar Park was really set up to be an executive compound for mostly members of Gagar Holdings, that is Banks DIH, and over the years, big businessmen were able to purchase properties in Gagar Park, so it went from executives to very, very profitable businesses in Georgetown that were able to own property there. And literally all of those people have several guns. So I don't believe there are never any issues really over there that we've heard of or made the news, should we say. And it's gated, and it's very difficult to get into that community. So if you were thinking about ever purchasing a piece of property in Gagar Park, the last time something was for sale there was a plot of land, and the land alone was $1 million, not Guyana dollars, $1 million US dollars. Yes, so think that if you're going to be planning on living in Gagar Park, just think that you're going to, you know, it's quite difficult, first of all, to actually be able to purchase a home in there, but if you had the opportunity to do so, please know that you must have a very, very deep pocket, but it's very safe. Number 2 on the list, Maha Springs. I'm just like, why would Maha Springs make the cut? Well, Maha Springs is the soldier ski. Very, very beautiful, very quiet, very laid back, and everybody in there is a soldier, or 99.9% of them are soldiers. And many of them are holders of licensed weapons. So if you're thinking about a great neighborhood to live in and you're thinking security, then that's a great place to start. Homes in that community are not very, there are not a lot of homes for sale over there. Every now and again you will find 1 or 2. There are a few listings that we currently have there that ranges currently from about 45 million Guyana dollars to about 60 million. It's still affordable. Alright, so you're thinking about between 2 to about $350,000 US for Maha Springs. But in terms of safety, awesome neighborhood. Forget the money, just know that you'll be in a great, safe neighborhood. All right, now mind you, there are things that can happen in every community across the world, not just in Guyana, right? And take that into consideration when you are choosing where you're gonna live next, if you're planning on coming home. And number one on the list of safest places to live, bar none, there is a beautiful compound on the East Coast. It is owned by Gaffers, and so I just nicknamed it Gaffers Compound. It's a condominium community. It is one of Guyana's truly gated community. That was pretty much the first one that I've seen that actually, when they said gated, I said yes, that was it. Went to see it. It was lovely, well kept, high security. Most of the people that stay there are primarily expats, primarily dignitaries, primarily non-locals, or maybe 1 and 2 remigrated Guyanese that came back and didn't want you know, house and land and all that stuff we take care of, that community makes number one on my list in terms of safest place to live. Check it out when you guys get here. Most of the units are available for rent. If you're thinking about renting something here as a non-citizen or as an expat or some dignitary, know that you're going to spend within $3,000 US or better for a 2-bedroom unit. Alright? If you go higher, 3 bedrooms and so on and so forth, you're looking at about $3,500, $4,000 US in Guyana. Yes. Alright? But if security gives you peace of mind, then that would be a great place to live. Until my next video, guys, that's my top 7 list of safest places to live in Guyana. Of course, I'm always going to come up with new ones once I find